morning, world. So the big debate's tomorrow. The big debate between Donald J. and Joseph Biden. What do you think is going to happen? What I think, well, my first thing is I don't think he's going to show up, or he's going to have to debate. Well, Kamala Harris is debating Mike Pence. I think I'd rather see Mike Pence debate Kamala Harris than POTUS debating Joe Biden. I really hope that POTUS gets all of his own water. Don't take anything from those Democrats. I actually have a feeling that something serious is going to happen tomorrow. Like, either Joe's going to lose his mind and try to kill him, or they're going to poison him or something. I don't know. All I know is that POTUS isn't safe. At this moment, at this height of disdain for this president, all the work he's doing, he's not safe. POTUS is not safe. So close to the election, less than a month away. And, well, a little over a month and a couple of days. This debate, I don't know, there's something in my gut that's telling me that POTUS isn't safe. I think they're going to try to poison him or shoot him or something. MK Ultra. I don't know how Joe Biden will be even able to stand up to POTUS. And then you got POTUS on the internet there saying that he wants a drug test for Joe Biden. And I think that's a fair assessment. I think that's a fair thing to ask. But they're not going to do that, because I don't know how Joe Biden's even going to be able to. I don't even know how Joe Biden's going to be able to compete. Like, the man's mental ability is shrinking. Like, his cognitive decline is as apparent. You can see it. Mind you, a few more interviews he made recently, seems like he's a little bit more on his game, but I don't know. Maybe they gave him that blood transfusion or something. Blood of the innocents. What do they call it? I can't remember. But I think I don't know. There's a tugging feeling that POTUS isn't safe. And then you have all these Democrats screaming really loud about the new SCOTUS. And yeah, they're all threatening to raise a stink over SCOTUS. Obviously, they're saying rushing in the new SCOTUS because that the Democrats are going to cheat. And if the GOP own the Senate, and they win in a landslide, and it does go to court, basically they're outnumbered. What is it, 5-3, I think, or 4-5 or something. So yeah, we got all these Democrats screaming really loud. I already knew this was going to happen. Everybody knew this was going to happen. I said this like the day that it happened, that there's going to be all sorts of controversy and all sorts of screaming and hollering about who POTUS elects for Supreme Court Justice. But because they want to cheat. Everybody knows they want to cheat. Everybody knows they want to cheat. Yes, and they're going to cheat. The mailing ballot. Everybody should just, say no. Democrats or otherwise. If they really think Joe Biden is a good candidate for President of the United States, then why do they care if people vote like normally in the way they should? Because this COVID 1984 is a hoax. I've said that before too. It's an absolute hoax. It's like I've said before also, is that if there's a 0.16 chance of rain, you're not going to be carrying an umbrella around all day long, are you? No one is dying of the COVID virus. No one. The only people that are dying of the COVID virus are the very old that were going to die anyway, or this incredibly young, the incredibly young, like the premature babies and things like that, and people who have preconditions like heart disease, obesity, all the other stuff. All this. If you're a sick person, a very sick person, yeah, the flu might come and kill you, but people die of the flu every year, so it's all just a hoax. It's all just pandering. It's all just political circus. It's all just political theater. It's all a lie. It's all based in lies. And then you have, I've said it before, but POTUS isn't safe. POTUS is not safe. I really have a sneaking suspicion that they're going to try to kill him. They're going to try to assassinate him. There was already somebody from Canada tried to poison POTUS from Montreal. It was confirmed. There was some crazy woman from Montreal that sent the president some ricin. So they've already tried to assassinate him. Like, ricin's a horrible way to die. But somebody tried to poison the president already from Montreal, Canada. Quebec. Montreal is in Quebec. And just for the record, they have the greatest hockey team ever in the history of sport. The greatest team ever in the history of sport. The winningest team in the history of sport. The Montreal Canadiens. Montreal Canadiens. I would wear my jersey, but I'm thinking there's probably copyright strikes on that. If I was to wear my jersey all the time. But big fan, Montreal Canadiens. Big fan. Not so much a fan of hockey anymore. Because in my opinion, hockey is just turned into, it's turned into political theater as well, and it's just ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Like everything else, they have to politicize everything these days. You can't just watch a hockey game and enjoy it. And it's really weird now too that there's no fans, because really, like, I'm a big soccer fan, a big football fan, like European football, not some American football. And if I was to watch American football, I don't even like it. I watch And I especially don't like American football now, but I do enjoy Canadian football. It's a faster game. Yeah, we don't have the big talent like the United States, but I personally think that Canadian football is a better game. It's 3 downs, bigger field. It's a faster, more of a running game. It's much more entertaining than American football. But I like European football. Other than hockey, I'd say that European football is my favorite sport to watch. And I'd even go as far as to say that I like it better than hockey. I'm a big Chelsea fan, an Arsenal fan. Well, I like Liverpool too. I don't know. I'm kind of a new fan of soccer actually, but it's gotten all politicized lately too, and I haven't been watching it because the networks in Canada have decided that it's not good to watch soccer in Canada, I guess. European football. Well, and we have some major league soccer teams too, like Montreal Impact. They're really good. And they're really good. They won the first Canadian team to win it. They win it all just a few years back. And then Toronto Impact won, or Toronto FC won not too long ago too. Major League Soccer is kind of like Canadian football. They don't have the big names. They've had some big names like Beckham went down there, and Wayne Rooney went and played for the Galaxy or whatever. And David Beckham, he went and played in the United States as well. But they were long past their prime when they went to the Major League Soccer. So even though they were big names, they in the BPL, but they're long past their prime. So when they joined the MLS, I got cats and just allergies everywhere. But I seriously think they're going to try to do something crazy tomorrow. I don't know what it is. I think they're going to try to poison or drug him. That's what I think. I think they're going to try to poison him or drug him. Mostly drug him. And that they're not going to be fair. Chris Wallace, he's, I don't really know too much about Chris Wallace, but he's left-leaning as well, and softball punches, muffin punches to Joe Biden, and they're going to slug frickin' Donald Trump. Thankfully, Donald Trump's a fighter. And he's gonna destroy Joe Biden. I don't even think Joe Biden's gonna show up, actually, to be honest. I think that's gonna be canceled. Well, they're setting it all up anyways, so who knows? I don't know what's gonna happen. Like Joe Biden, he can't hold his own against Donald Trump. Fuck. The man can barely stand. The man cognitive ability is in mass decline. You can tell even in the last year that his mind is not working properly. It's actually really sad, actually. I'd almost go as far as to say it's elder abuse, the way the Democrats are pushing Joe Biden. I'd almost say that there's more wildfires. I would say, I don't know. I have a sneaking suspicion they're going to try to drug the president or something. I have a feeling that they're going to try to drug the president or something. He better bring his own water. He better bring his own people better give him water, and he better not take anything from those Democrats. If they set up the water and wherever, I wouldn't take any of it. I suggest that, I suggest that I don't know what happens. I don't know how they set it up, but I don't think POTUS should take anything. I think he should bring his own water. I think he should bring, his own people to give him water and whatever else, because I really do think they're going to try to poison him or drug him or something to make him look bad or whatever. And then they're going to probably maybe try to ask for a drug test after they've drugged POTUS. And I just have a real bad feeling that something crappy is going to happen. I know POTUS isn't safe. Like, they already sent a package from Canada to try to poison him. Nobody talked about it, obviously. There's a few footnotes here and there, but the lamestream didn't talk about it too much. They just basically a footnote. Yeah, and like I've said, they're trying to they're really fighting tooth and nail to confirm the new SCOTUS. You know damn well the Democrats are going to do everything in their power to not allow it to happen. Although the president has every right to do what he's doing, because their whole thing is that Obama tried to elect a SCOTUS but just before he left office. But the difference is that, President Trump will probably win, right? And Barack, he was on the end of his he was at the end of his tenure, right? So he was at the end of his tenure. So it was completely legit why the GOP denied it, because the bottom line is, whoever is SCOTUS now will be in power, will be in that position. It's a lifelong position. You don't have to ever leave that position. It's lifelong. So technically, she's only 48 years old, I think. She's just a bit older than me. She looks pretty nice, actually. Amy Coney Barrett. They're going to do everything in their power to deny her, and Trump's kind of is wanting to get her confirmed right away, because he knows that Democrats are going to cheat. He knows that all the contested ballots that are going to be coming in, because Trump's going to win in a landslide. Done. He's going to win in a landslide. I don't even know a single person, and I'm in Canada, I don't know a single person. Well, there's lots of libtards in Canada that think that Donald J is a horrible person and whatever. But there's also just as many people in Canada that love POTUS. We would trade 10 Justins for one Trump. We would trade 10 Justins for one Donald. Come on, America. I'll trade you. Yeah, you can have your socialists. You can have your globalists. You can have it. We'll just trade. How about that? How about that, United States? We just trade straight across. You can have our Justin, and we'll have your Donald. I think that's a fair trade. I think that's a fair trade. Since we're burning down your cities right now, all these socialists and everything. But I don't know. I have a sneaking suspicion that they're going to try some nefarious things during the debate tomorrow. I'm going to be watching the debate, if it's televised where I am. The revolution will not be televised. And it is. There is a revolution coming. and I've said it in other videos as well, is that there is going to be a great shift. There's going to be a great shift come December 21st. Something serious is going to happen December 21st. I've said it in other videos not even that long ago, but with this debate, I have a sneaking suspicion they're going to try to do something. Either try to poison him or drug him or something. The Democrats are evil. They are evil. They are evil. But whatever. There is a great shift coming, for better or for worse. And I know the Democrats are going to cheat, and I know that they're doing everything in their power to undermine this president. I know that they're doing everything in their power to steal the election. We have Google, Facebook, Twitter, all backing the Democrats, because they've contributed lots of money. They've even said, like in 2016 when POTUS won, they said, no, we can never allow a Trump again, because Trump wasn't supposed to win. The DNC, they spent millions and millions and millions of dollars to try to get Hillary into the White House. But if she wasn't such a deplorable person, if she wasn't such an unlikable person, she might have won. But everybody thought that Donald J. was just a joke. Yeah. Donald J. has won his whole life. He's won everything in his whole entire life. He's a champ. POTUS is a champ. He's one of the I just really hope that he's the man I hope he is. But anyways, I've said that before too. I'm kind of at a loss these days. I am in transition. I want to move out of this place that I'm at into a more secluded location, and I want to be out of the urban areas, because I know, I'm in Canada. We don't really have a lot of people around here that are just kind of stumbling around in the dark. And Canada is, my beloved country is now a husk of itself. We've had years, decades, well, I don't know, it seems like it's been forever since we've had liberal governments, and they've destroyed our country. They've destroyed our country. Like, there's an election coming in October for British Columbia, but that's just a localized election. And I'm just as guilty as the next guy. I don't really pay much attention to what's happening in Canada, because it doesn't matter. I'm out west, so out west doesn't matter. Because although most people out west never voted for Justin Trudeau, most people out west didn't vote for Justin Trudeau. We voted mostly, from most people I talked to, they voted for Maxime Bernier. And he actually won pretty good in the West, but he still lost his seat in the end, because the West and the East is completely divided in Canada. Like, Canada's a massive country. We only have, I think to date, we only have 37 million people in this country. But most of the populace live in the eastern part of Canada, like Ontario, Quebec. Ontario, Quebec, that's where most of the people are. That's where most of our laws are being made. And, that's where our parliament is in Ottawa, Ontario. And but out west, like out west, we have a few big cities. We have 3 big cities, right? We have 3 big cities out west. That's Vancouver, Calgary, Edmonton. Those are the major cities out west. It's very sparse, very sparse in population comparative to the east. And we got Toronto, Montreal, Quebec City, Winnipeg. Winnipeg's pretty big, but that's kind of central. So Winnipeg, Manitoba, it's a pretty big city as well, but that's central. That's central Canada. But like that's the biggest town between Manitoba and Saskatchewan. There's other big cities, obviously, like towns of 100,000, maybe 200,000 people here and there in Saskatchewan and Manitoba, but Winnipeg is the biggest city, central Canada. So from Winnipeg to Vancouver, there's like, I don't even know how many people. Like it's very sparse. Like where I live, there's only like 10,000 people here, and that's the whole surrounding area. But all of our laws are dictated, all of our elections are dictated in the eastern part of Canada, because that's where the general population is. That's where most of Canadians live, is in Ontario and Quebec. Obviously there's some bigger cities in the PEI and New Brunswick and there's New Brunswick, Nova Scotia. There's a few big cities there too, but Halifax being the biggest on the Maritime coast, and then there's Newfoundland and Labrador, which is also very sparse in population, and then we have all the north. All the north is very sparse. I don't even know how many people live up north, like in the Yukon and Northwest Territories and Nunavut. We won't have Nunavut. But very sparse. So a lot of Canadians out west are disenfranchised with the whole political system in Canada. That's why provinces like Alberta are thinking about separating, because Justin Trudeau doesn't understand that the GOP that comes from Alberta, British Columbia, they keep on sending money out west, out east. If it wasn't for the prosperity of Alberta and British Columbia, on Quebec and Ontario would be third world country, and it's because all their resources are gone, but out west we have everything. We got gold and diamonds, oil and gas. We basically, the West supports the East, but the West has no say in what goes on in Canada, and that's why we have a prime minister like Justin Trudeau, because most people out west wanted to vote Justin Trudeau out, and their votes basically didn't get counted. So now we have Justin Trudeau, because most people I know voted for Maxime Bernier, the People's Party of Canada. He separated from the Conservative Party because he got a little bit butthurt because they didn't make him Conservative Party leader, and he would have been a good leader for the Conservative Party. But Justin Trudeau only won by a few votes, because the whole country decided against him, but for some reason he still got in. So it's because of Quebec and Ontario. Quebec and Ontario is the reason why we have Justin Trudeau. See how that sounds. Just another rambling rant. Peace in the Middle East. Live in light. Live in light. Have a great day.